Hey there, my fellow Indians. Welcome to NewsHamster. If you are active somewhere around the social media, you must have seen the Kashmir Files trending. Well, this film is now a massive blockbuster, critically acclaimed, at the same time warmly received by the audience. Well, this is not going to be a film review, but it's going to be a lot more than that. So stay tuned with me until the video ends.
हम देखेंगे कश्मीर को हम छोड़ेंगे नहीं। क्यों छोड़ेंगे कश्मीर को? वो हमारा खून है, हमारी मातृभूमि है।
रात तक कश्मीर छोड़कर जाने को कहा है।
आजादी is a song of terrorism.
The film Kashmir Files, directed by Vivek Agnihotri, has been running successfully across India. Many states, including Gujarat, Haryana, and even Madhya Pradesh, have made it tax-free. The audience has widely received the film and has loved the way many things have been portrayed in the film. The film has also received very good response from the critics and they have given it a very high rating as well. The filmmaker is Vivek Agnihotri, who has had some great films under his belt like Buddha in the Traffic Jam and the Kashmir Files, which speaks about the mysterious death of a former Prime Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri. Well, this film, ladies and gentlemen, speaks about the Kashmiri Pandit genocide / Kashmiri Pandit exodus that happened 30 years ago. 30 years earlier, the people who lived in the valley, the Kashmiri Pandits, which happened to be their homes, were sent out of their homes at gunpoint. They were tortured, they were killed, and massive massacre of sorts happened in that region. Until today, no film has made a serious attempt to speak about the Kashmiri exodus or the Kashmiri Pandit exodus. Previously, Vidhu Vinod Chopra made the film Shikara, which was not widely appreciated by the audience because it did not really convey what exactly happened in the valley. This incident, ladies and gentlemen, has been one of the worst times, one of the darkest times India has ever seen. And the people who lived there, Kashmiri Pandits, had to leave their home and are scattered around India, which is, a very tough thing for them because they had to leave. They lost their family members, they lost their household, they lost their, you could say assets or so many things. This film is a serious attempt. This film is an honest attempt to speak about these families, to speak about this issue, which has never been spoken about in such a large scale. Not media, not films, not social media or anywhere has it been spoken on a scale, on a serious way, like how Vivek Agnihotri has tried to portray it. Making this film for him was not a cakewalk. He had to interview around 700 immigrants across India to speak about this particular issue, to bring out what really happened with the Kashmiri Pandits. The film was announced in 2019 and since then, the film has gone through a lot of ups and downs. The COVID-19 pandemic has been the major one. Apart from that, he has to replace some actors due to, personal differences. Many actors quit in the film, in the middle of the film. Many had to, resign due to various differences. But Vivek Agnihotri had an intention that he wants to speak about this particular incident in a very strong way, in a very mass mainstream manner. This is not done previously in anywhere, in any media, in any platform for that matter. If you go on Twitter, audience has loved the film. If you go on any other platform, many publications, many media platforms have given very good response to the film. In fact, when I also watched it, it was a very honest and a very, you could say, moving experience for me because to understand what exactly that cult of people or that class of people went through, it's very difficult for us to even sit there and assume what these people have possibly gone through. And your heart really goes out to these people because they're literally away from their homeland, they're literally away from their brotherhood, and they are, struggling to, put this into picture. You all have to watch this film because Indian masses, or you could say the Indian film goers, have been choosing this film over releases like Gangubai, Kathiawadi, Radhe, Shyam, or whatever the film is, because this is an earnest attempt to showcase what went wrong. Indian masses have, a kind of a inclination towards these real life incidents. For example, what was portrayed in the film Parmanu, the nuclear testing, or any covert operations. We have our love to go and watch what India has gone through. For that matter, even Rocket Boys that was released, it spoke about how technological development happened in India. But there are rarely films that speak about these things, that are very sensitive, at the same time very controversial. So I suggest that you have to watch this because you have to understand what our country has gone through to reach in this particular position. We have to understand what different classes of people of our country have gone through to reach in this position, especially the Kashmiri Pandits who are you could say innocent, and but yet at the same time they were put against this kind of ordeals, these kind of troubles. We could go back in time and remember how the Jews had to go through a lot of trouble because of Nazis. A lot of trouble quite be a small statement that I'm trying to make, but it was one of the worst times history has ever seen. And the same thing was repeated in the form of films, probably Schindler's List or The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. All these films spoke about Nazi violence. In India, this is the first time a film has spoken about a violence against a particular community. A lot of films have spoken about various communities, but this is different. This is something that you have to watch out for. So it is an earnest request to understand this issue from the right point of view, read up about it. We are going to soon make a detailed video on the Kashmiri Pandit exodus, on the Kashmiri Pandit genocide. We are working on it currently. Look forward to that as well, because we are trying to give you a neutral portrayal of what happened in this scenario. But at the same time, you guys have to definitely watch the film, and you have to make sure that you understand this scenario, you understand this issue from the right standpoint. All of the media houses, all of the publications have given good responses for the film, except for Film Companion by Anupam Chopra. Perhaps this was the only platform that did not give good responses, definitely been called out on the internet. IMDb has received over 50,000 votes, and the Kashmir Files has become the film which has got 10 on 10 rating from IMDb, which is probably the first time. The team of Kashmir Files has even met Prime Minister Modi. He has also appreciated the film, and most of the mainstream Bollywood actors or Indian actors per se have appreciated the quality of the film, the writing, the plot, the screenplay, all of these things. So Vivek Agnihotri has stolen the limelight again with his Files kind of a universe that he's trying to build. He has also went on record to say next film of his is going to be the Delhi Files, which speaks about the Delhi riots on the backdrop of the CAA NRC protest. So write to me in the comment section about what you felt about the film. We shall discuss, and stay tuned to NewsHamster for more such content ahead. Thank you so much for watching.